So good day everyone. James William Tacaldo is my name. Second year college, Bachelor of Education, major in PE. I'm 21 years old. Now, we were assigned by Mom Janine Rose to make a informational videos about categorize the motor skills. So, here I am making the video. But first, before I proceed on my video, intro first. Let's go.
I am the one, the way your son don't need a gun to get respect up on the street. Under the
Guys, I have a flow of my video. First is or step by step of my video. So first is I will discuss to you what is the meaning of, and I will explain what is the fine motor skills and what is gross motor skills. Second is I will give some example about fine motor skills and gross motor skills. And lastly, I will tell a conclusion, or I will give you some idea how important gross motor skills or and fine motor skills on our daily life activity. So please watch and learn, and hopefully it will help you to it will help you and learn what is fine and gross motor skills. So let's go. So now, first I will discuss you fine motor skills. For you guys, what is fine motor skills? Okay, so for me, what I've learned from Mom Janine's discussion, for me, fine motor skills is a um, small movement of our body parts, which is included the arms, the hands, and the fingers. So some small movement of our body. Example of that is we have the example touching, grasping, um, cutting some by using some small movements of our body. So that's the definition of the fine motor skills, or the root word is small movements of our body. That's we call fine motor skills. Fine motor skills are Fine motor skills is usually uses by the child. The example is crawling, touching some object, eating some by using their small body parts, which included the arms. So that's for me. That is a fine motor skill. So hopefully you have understand what is fine motor skills. Okay, so now I will discuss to you what is gross motor skills. So, in the other hand, gross motor skills is an opposite of fine motor skills, because in gross motor skills, it uses the large movement of our body, which is related by mobility or in play activity. So, in short, it is used as by all a large of our body. Example, we have the arms, feet, hand, and all the actions of our large body parts. So in that case, example of it is we have the biking, something like that. That's the gross motor skills. So the root word of gross motor skills is we have the um, uses of large movement of our body parts. So while in the fine motor skills, it uses a small movement of our body parts, which include hands, arms, and fingers. So now, so in the next video, I will demonstrate to you, or I will show you the example of fine motor skills, 5 example of fine motor skills, and 5 example of gross motor skills. So hopefully you have learned something about a fine. Hopefully you have learned something about fine and gross motor skills. So, a recap. So, fine motor skills uses a small movement of our body, which is included the hands, fingers, and arms. And gross motor skills, it is opposite from fine motor skills. It uses the large movement of our body, which is included the feet, legs, arms, head, and all around our body. So now, let's proceed to example of um, fine motor skills and gross motor skills. So let's go. Fine motor skills. Opening the door. Fine motor skills. Shaking hands. Opening the bottle. Fine motor skills. Go. Nail cutter. Fine motor skills. Combing my hair. Fine motor skill. Two, three, go. Playing basketball. Gross motor skill. Bicycle. Gross motor skill. Riding a vehicle. Gross motor skill. Kicking a ball. Fine motor skills. Have you ever wondered that why fine motor skills and gross motor skills is important to our daily life activity? I will tell you how. So guys, fine and gross motor skills is important because what I've learned from the discussion of Ma'am Janine, it mastery the movement of our body, and fine and gross motor skills is our inactivity of. And guys, and I know that every movement of our body defined as fine or gross motor skill. So for example, what I've shown you, kicking a ball, shooting a ball, something like that. It's a gross or fine motor skill. So touching, whispering, fine motor skills or gross motor skills. So for me, fine and gross motor skills are very important to our daily activities. So that's all. Thank you. Hopefully you have learned something. And shh, quiet, because there's something. Go. Ito ko lang. Play. Bali. There you go. Fine motor skills. So have you ever wondered if they against the light? Cartoon lang lagay ko. Fixing a motorcycle. Gross motor. Ay, dapat makita ang lawas. So, fixing a motorcycle. Gross motor skill. Picking a helmet. Fine motor skills.